So, so what's happening now with municipalities and these new timelines that have been imposed on them?
That's a good question because those timelines only kicked in on July the 1st. And so this is all quite new ground. What I can say, like, let's use specifics. The city of Toronto, in order to meet these deadlines, has hired 50 new planners. So they've really beefed up their own internal resources. They are in the process of rethinking their internal processes before to try to speed things up. And so they are really doing their best to meet the timeline. And they're putting money where their mouth is to do that by hiring the resources. It's still uncertain if that's going to work. Another thing, though, that they are doing, and it's not just Toronto, many other municipalities are doing as well. Before, one would put together this big package, send it into the city, and then that would be the start. That's where the starting gun would go off. And then that package would be just kind of sent out to the bureaucracy, and it could take months for them to review it and for you to get it back. And then you kind of did this circle over and over again. That's really how the process worked. What many municipalities are now trying to do is there's something called a mandatory pre-application process. So before you go in, you have to have a formal meeting with the city, present to them what you're proposing, and get initial feedback from them. And this is now a formally required process. You have to do this before. And the municipalities are trying to use this to basically front end or front load the review before you actually come in. So it's all about trying to get it in before when does the clock start? And they're trying to push as much of the review before the clock starts so they can meet these timelines. You and I are all going to have to hold our breath to see how well that works out because it is so new.